Ah, the great dining hall.
Couch Coop here. We are looking at Ragnarök and God of War. It's all PlayStation 5 footage. Which one are we looking at right now?
Really livened up the place.
So yes, correct. This is the original God of War, and I'll refer to Ragnarök as Ragnarök, so I don't have to keep saying God of War all the time. God of War on the PlayStation 5 runs at 60 frames per second, but it's not 4K. They have employed some techniques to boost that resolution, but both games don't look too dissimilar next to each other. Now this is Ragnarök going full whack. All of this footage is on the 4K quality mode, and I'm going to say this now, hand on heart, there's only 3 games that I own. The quality mode is bearable. Horizon Forbidden West, Gran Turismo 7, and of course now Ragnarök. We're back to God of War, and this video is a bit of a plug to my top backwards compatible PlayStation 4 games on the PlayStation 5. And because I'm sitting on so much Ragnarök footage at the moment, I'm doing the Game of the Year, and I've got both games on file. It's a good opportunity to hold them up against each other. I'm interested in how big of the jump is with this new God of War against its predecessor.
Is that a statue of Odin? They must really love him here.
Or for you.
I wanted to also document any major gameplay changes as well. There is a slight change on the user interface with the menus on the upgrade system, but there is no major game difference. That brings me on to combat, and this is where I was thinking that Ragnarök was just going to go ham and drop my jaw against this game. Now there's 2 points I need to get to here. This game had an outstanding combat system when it came out of the gate, and the whole rig of that game model was just boosted to the maximum. If you played the original games on the older systems, you'll know how big an upgrade it was to launch with that game. With Ragnarök, they have built on it, but not as dramatically as I'd like to have seen.
Won't be hearing any more from those Draugr.
Clean forgot you had werewolves in the original God of War. This looked incredible, and one thing I need to point out is that the PlayStation 4 base model of this game plays and looks stunning great. I owned it on a base level PlayStation 4 and gradually got the PlayStation Pro, and then eventually put it on the PlayStation 5, and each version does have a visible upgrade. First thing I noticed is that the camera pull is a little bit closer to Kratos on Ragnarök. That is quite a good thing because it kind of gives a bit more gravitas to the main character, but it does stifle your peripheral vision a bit. But I think it works. It gives it more of a sort of film movie feel. The second thing is the snappiness of that guard. The double tap of L and the reaction speed of both Kratos and the enemies that you'll fight in those circles, they close quicker. Everything is a lot more quicker and intense, and it was a litmus moment for me in Ragnarök because it drags you through some very mundane, tutorial, boring, in the winter area combat at the start. Only when you get here that you get multiple enemies. Looking over at the left screen at the original OG God of War, it isn't that much different. You do miss a bit of very granular detail because it's not running at the 4K, but a lot of these effects and a lot of the creature models as well, not drastically different.
Well done, lad.
This scene is a great testbed for God of War OG's performance prowess. What you've got going on is a very complicated background animation. It's a smaller arena, but the game pumps in quite a few enemies and things get very busy. You're quite specialed up as the stage in the game is not early, so I was very impressed with how all this coped. Remember, this is the OG God of War we're looking at. What is the conclusion of this video? Well, the message is that both God of Wars that are available now are not drastically graphically different on the PlayStation 5. However, Ragnarök has got one hell of a story on it. Some very, very high definition cutscenes and some set pieces that have unrivaled in my eyes to any game that has come out this year. I'm currently doing my Got You 2022 list, which is going to have 5 games on it, and the top 2, which are Ragnarök and Elden Ring, are still going toe to toe with which one's going to win. That's how big a thing Ragnarök is with me. I have been Couch Coop, and we'll see you down there.
The Rainbow Connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me.
Now hang on to your feelings, alright? Because it's gonna get fucking hairy.